Traffic update as of 8 a.m. PST, August 15th. Here's Tropical Storm Josephine. Here's the LSC. It's exposed to the west of the convection, but the convection is pretty well organized, and I said that the LSC is pretty organized, definitely more organized than it was. Look at the advisory. It's sheared and located on the western edge. They found Recon found 47 knots at 925 millibars, along with surface wind estimates from the SMR Alpha 35 to 40 knots. Based on these, its intensity remains 40 knots. There's westerlies to the south of the center. West area is still closed, and the pressure is 1,008. Moving a little left, that's the left advisory. It was a moisture 290 by 14. During the next 2 to 3 days, winds are likely to continue to move west-northwestward to the southeast of the subtropical ridge. After that, the system is forecast to recurve the north and northeast to a break in the western portion of the high. They go along with the consensus. It's expected to remain a westerly shear the next 48 to 60 hours. Then I think it's going to become a wave before 72 hours. And longer term, like I keep saying, they say less hostile in the longer term. So that's pretty normal when they get out, get further north. So don't be surprised if we get a surprise with the system. Here's Josephine. You change the Kyle. I mean, this is normal for these graphics. Here's the track. Bermuda definitely has to watch this. Here's the models. GFS models, pretty well clustered. CMC definitely showed longer term, some decent strengthening. You still have this second strengthening in the longer term based on the intensity models. So it's moving north of the islands. Bermuda has to watch it. And I'd actually say 5, 6, 7 days off. I mean, this thing could re-strengthen again. Next system will be Kyle, which, frankly, is a piece of shit. I mean, let's be honest. It has strong southwesterly shear, which what a lot of storms this season have been. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. That's 45 knot winds, but a ship recently reported 50 knot winds just to the south of the center. That doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, but hey, I just pointed out it's mostly exposed. I mean, it's going to move east, northeastward away from the coast of the U.S. It's being stirred by a mid to upper level trough, and it should continue doing so. They expect it to go to 50 knots, which they should now. I mean, they make it to a rim or post-tropical by 36 hours. Let's take a look. Here's the track. Here's the models, all supporting that contract. Intensity models. Now we're going to take a quick look at the rest of the length, nothing really else. Let's take a quick look at the GFS. 24, 48, 72, 106, 120. Yeah, the others just trying to form at 5 days and look off. We've kind of been watching. But DFS isn't really interested. But it's worth watching. Now let's go in the Eastern Pacific. I mean, the activity is incredible. We'll look at 10, which is 30 knots. Small area of Quebec, just South 400. It's a shitty system. I mean, it's moving slowly westward, and it's expected to pretty much continue doing so, then northwestward and southwest. I mean, really no strengthening. You just gotta be honest. I mean, just a lot of time to make these videos. You got all these shitty systems. I mean, here's the track. There's the models for it. Intensity doesn't really even strengthen me long term. It gets a little bit more favorable. It could be having a post-tropical cycle and dissipate. It could, or it could strengthen. We'll have to see. This is like trap shot. I mean, now we're gonna look at Air 93, which only had 20%. It's now moving over cold water. You forget its development. But I'd say it's probably depression, but then you see, what can I say? But then I never got operated, so you could forget about it. It would be just not a crappy system that it did. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's track, being more westward. There's 94. This system is good. I mean, it has 80%. Become better organized. We're gonna become a depression pretty soon. Let's be honest. LSC looks good. Convection looks good. We've been saying this is probably has the better chance. I definitely look so. This one. Directing ahead northwestward for the next 48 hours, and then turn westward. Based on the models, sensitive models, take the tropical storm in the next 24 hours, then weaken it. Next we get another system forecast to form in the Gulf of China Pack, which frankly will be probably the strong system. Conditions appear conducive for the development of a tropical depression or tropical storm later this weekend. It has an 80-90 the next 2 to 5 days. Holy shit, there's a lot of storms. We don't hold back here. Right? Forecast ahead west-northwest the next 72 hours. Then become a hurricane, potentially a major hurricane. Look at those tension levels. I mean, most of them cat-free. At least they're respectable ones. So it's probably pretty damn likely. I mean, let's see if I can get a picture of it. I'll have to scroll out. Only 10 minutes. I mean, let's be honest. Loading it. Look at that. I mean, no wonder. I mean, look at that circulation. Look at that convection for 95E. I mean, already well organized. Probably depressed the next 12 to 24 hours in a tropical storm, then a hurricane, then a major hurricane. It's almost no questions here for him. Could be affect the bar of California. I think it's gonna become major. I mean, let's be honest. Now we're going to the Central Pacific if things haven't been more. I mean, if it ain't bad enough, I mean, this is another 40, 50, about 600 miles southeast of here, Hawaii. Let's pull out of this. '90 C. I mean, we got somewhat of circulation, but mostly convection. Let's look at 90 C models. Expect to stay away from Hawaii. I mean, head west southwest for the next 3 to 4 days, and head one north for long term. The models do support some development, potentially a hurricane long term, but mostly the tropical storm. Well, let's look at the GFS. I mean, but we always have to do that. I mean, already 12 minutes. I mean, there's our systems. Let's go to 24. There's 95 starting to develop. Clearly, it's well on its way. There's 94, probably a depression by this time. $48 hours, 72 hours, 96 hours, probably holding on a major hurricane by this time. 120 hours, closer to the Ball of California. 144 hours. That's as far as we're going to go with this. We're going to take a quick look at the rest of the Pacific. There's 90 C. I mean, probably the first Central Pacific development of this season. Everything else doesn't look like to develop. Well, that's your tropical update in this crazy day. Well, we'll talk to you later.